Shalom, giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well in all truth and sincerity. Shalom, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. House of David started with 144,000, followed by the 1/3 remnant. Shalom. So this lesson is going to be centered around a comment that I saw on the elders from Dallas. The Dallas camp, they did a live. All right, their midweek live. All right, and I saw this comment on the comment board, so I figured out, through the Spirit, do a lesson on it. All right, because Elder Yatazak in the live. All right, Elder Yatazak of the Great Millstone Dallas camp, he made a statement about how Jake is not paying attention, Jake is not watching, that Jake is trying to build, in here in Babylon, and instead of trusting in Yahweh Shai, they're trying to save themselves by their own means of growing food and farming and building communities and all that BS, man. But as they said in the same live, Yahweh Shai is the only way out. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the only way out, man. So Jake, whether it's a Jake or whatever, but they didn't like the statement that Elder Yatazak made about Jake out here trying to farm instead of watching and just trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So they put, I'm going to read the comment first. This is from Enigmatic Son. All right, he or she says, we shouldn't farm. You shouldn't farm if you want. I'll be growing my own food and adapting. So they basically said, well, if you don't want to farm, that's your choice. But they're saying that they're gonna farm, no matter what the prophets say. But we're gonna see how it play out for you, which we know how it's gonna play out, man. See, y'all people, they don't understand the severity of this truth, man, of what's going on around us, man. Esau is about to come down with that great wrath. They're working on their new world order, man. That's what they're working on, which that devil Klaus Schwab said, what? You will own nothing and be happy, man. So you talking about growing food and farming, that ain't going to save you, man. Remember, you in captivity, Jacob. You don't own nothing, man. You talking about growing. And that, matter of fact, I'm going to play the video, all right? Because I'm going to back up what the Elder Yatazak said, man. Jake has no understanding. Jake still don't understand that they're in captivity. They have no sovereignty. They have no control. All we got is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We have nothing else, man. So I'm going to play the video. All right, so listen to the elders, and you're going to hear the statement that Elder Yatazak made. He's the one in the front right here. The one that's turned to the side, facing the right. All right, right to the not far left of your screen, but with the black and the backpack in the front, hanging in the front. That's the Elder Yatazak. Now listen to what he's about to say, because this is why Jake put that comment, man.
Yahweh set up his son Yahweh Shai.
Yep, that's it. And that, like the other elder said, man, that's that's our only way out of here, man. You got to look upon that brass serpent, which is Yahweh Shai. Esau is about to move, man. The only way we're gonna make it through is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the divine intervention of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash. So Jake talking about farming and what, like the elder said, man. We have no power to deliver ourselves by our own means, man.
The only way out.
The only way out, man. Go get healed, delivered, protected, sheltered. Shit, I got to do the lesson on that, man.
All right. This is Psalms 69 and verse 29. It says, but I am poor and sorrowful. Let thy salvation, O Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, set me up on high. Bro, we're down with Logan. We ain't finna build here. You got a lot of these other congregations, they trying to build here. We're gonna build schools, we're gonna make farms like what was that one body.
This is Elder Yatazak speaking now in the front. All right.
We ain't worried about it. Chariot
this ain't real. The Lord didn't do no miracles. But niggas is finna farm.
But what do you believe in?
You go. That's
Yeah,
the
Jake
solution.
has no
You
understanding. See,
forget
Jake
about
really
the Lord
doesn't
and the
trust in
salvation
Yahweh
of the
Shema
prophecies. We
Shah.
gonna build
That's
a
why they
farm.
farming, and I mean, the farming is not wicked, you know. But when these devils come down, the point is that they're gonna take everything, as the scriptures say, man. You're gonna have to be pilgrims upon the earth. If you don't bend the knee, all right, you're gonna have to be pilgrims, man. You're not gonna have anything, man. You're gonna have to fully stay upon Yahweh Shema Shah. Like the elder Yasazal said, they ain't thinking about salvation, the prophecy, what the scriptures say. They're trying to save themselves, man. Which, if you think having your having a garden or whatever, your own little farm or whatever, in these last days in Jacob trouble, you sadly mistaken, man. That's very ignorant and stupid to think that, man. Cause Esau's gonna seize everything, man. Search and seize. So I'm gonna take this back a little bit. 129. Go right here. Exactly.
But niggas is finna farm.
But what do you believe in?
You go. That's the solution. You gonna forget about the Lord and the salvation and the prophecies.
Right.
We gonna build a farm in Babylon.
That nigga walked in the door with his pants down back.
Yeah, chemtrail squash.
Just take it, man. You just sold out on purpose.
Yeah, pesticides and all that. Really?
Down.
Exactly.
What I'm saying, see?
Jake don't know what this truth is all about, man. Jake is not paying attention. Jake don't know what's going on, but they fringes. All these Jakes walking around with Friends t-shirts, really they don't know what the hell is going on, man. So that's where you get this comment from Enigmatic Son. We shouldn't farm. You shouldn't farm if you want, but I'll be growing my own food and adapting. Jake don't trust in Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Not paying attention, like Elder Yatazak said, man. So let's get a few scripts. All right. Like the elder said, man, you know, Esau is gonna, man, you think you gonna really be growing your own food in peace and Esau ain't gonna roll on you? Everybody who thinking, oh, we got our own garden and farm and we growing our own, man, Esau gonna come spray that shit with all kind of chemicals and pesticides, man. Esau gonna send one drone over your whole house or whatever, man, your whole yard or property, and spray it, and all of it is poison, man. Oh, well, the scriptures say we shall eat poison and live. It ain't talking about that, man. You know? Because that, Yahweh Shema Shah is not gonna allow that in that instance, because that's what you trusting in. Like I said, it's not wicked, but it becomes wicked when you trust in it instead of trusting in Yahweh Shema Shah. So Yahweh Shema Shah is not going to let you deliver yourself by your own means. You're not going to save yourself, man. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is not going to allow it. That's why the scriptures say, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink. All right? So you think, I'm a farm, I'm going to grow my own food and adapt. Okay. See how far you get, man. See how far you get, which is not going to be far at all, man. Let's get some scriptures on that. What's that? Isaiah 65. This is a promise from Yahweh Shema Shah. Either you trust in it and you believe it or you don't. Isaiah 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, by Shema Shah, power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Yeah, either you believe what's written or you don't. Either you believe and trust in the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, you got faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, or you don't. You know, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a few things here and there. Some bags of rice and, water or whatever, man. That's not wicked, but don't think that that's going to save you, man. You don't know how long you're going to be able to stay in one spot, man. And Esau is gonna roll, man. They already have laws on the books, man. Go look up Executive Order 13603, man. With y'all boy who y'all think is one of y'all, Barack Obama, that damn Hamite. All right, he signed that into law, man. And once an executive order is signed, it's law for life, man. It can't be undone. Let's prove that, man. Let's go look it up. Executive Order 13603. Matter of fact, I'll do it like this. Just to prove to you that, you know, it's still in effect, you know, to this very day. 136. Yep, here we go. It says, this is from AI Overview. It says, yes, Executive Order 13603 titled National Defense Resources Preparedness is still in effect. It was issued by President Obama in 2012 and delegates authority under the Defense Production Act of 1950 to various government agencies. While some executive orders may be revoked, modified, or suspended, there's no indication that 13603 has been overturned, so it's still in effect, man. You know. Let's see what else it says. I didn't want to do that. Let's see. Because basically what this is it's an executive order stating that basically under a state of emergency, they can come take all your food, you know, they can cut your water off. That's what it's about. It's just a fancy name. That's the National Defense Resources Preparedness, meaning they can hoard all the resources to themselves, man. Because they can say, well, it's a state of emergency, so we need whatever food you have, you know, all your water, so we can ration it out. So basically it's saying that they can come take it. All right. And this is going to be because they're working towards what? The New World Order, man. So they have laws like this on the books already. That's why the scriptures say, war to them that decree unrighteous decrees. And matter of fact, let's go get it. Let's go get it. We'll come back to Isaiah 65. Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Yeah, unrighteous decrees are unjust laws, man. All right. And Executive Order 13603 is an unrighteous decree. So go kind of look up this executive order, man, and it goes into how they can take your food, cut your water off, you know, whatever property you have, whatever land you have, they can seize it. All right, let's see what, because it's just a fancy name, all right. National Defense Resources Preparedness. So it basically saying all the resources, you know, they can come and take whatever resources they see fit under a quote unquote national emergency, under a state of emergency. Because that's all they have to do, declare a state of emergency, and they can basically what little rights you think you have is out the window, man, which we have no rights in the first place. All right. So you get the point, man. So go look up this executive order. So you thinking you going to farm and have your own land and grow your own food. It's not going to happen, man. All right. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15. Esau going to roll, man. You ain't finna own nothing in their new world order. Again, you will own nothing and be happy. All right. One of their slogans. 2nd Esdras 15, might be 16. It's 2nd Esdras 16. 2nd Esdras 16. Yep, it's telling you right here, man. Second Esdras 16, I'll start at 37. It's telling you what we're going to have to do in those times, man. 2nd Esdras 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Now, on a larger level, this is going into the missiles, all right? But, you know, it's also going into Jacob's trouble and all the plagues, famine, war, pestilence, all right? So it's going to be famine, man. You ain't gonna have no just surplus of food, man. All right, verse 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So birth pains of us entering into the kingdom. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be ye even as pilgrims upon the earth. So you ain't gonna be able to just chill in your at your property in your house, man. You gonna have to move, cause Esau gonna roll. Searching seas, man, spoiling your goods, as it's about to say. So you're gonna have to be pilgrims, man. Verse 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buys as one that will lose. So you thinking you I'm gonna have my garden, I'm gonna have my own food. I ain't worried about it. Okay, we gonna see. All right. He that occupied merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. So that's why the elders are saying what they're saying about Jake trying to build, man. Esau gonna roll. You ain't got no business trying to build, man. Just pray for your daily bread. All right. Scripture say, give me neither poverty nor riches, man. Yahweh told us to ask for our daily bread, man. It's a reason for that. You ain't gonna be able to just have your own garden and regrowing your own food, man. What do you Jakes think is? What do you Jakes think Jacob trouble is gonna be like? But see, when you have false prophets teaching you that everything gonna be good, you know, or we can build our own community and grow our own food. Okay, we gonna see. Verse 43. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planted the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Yeah, so you talking about you gonna grow your own food. This you trying to plant a vineyard, but the scriptures say don't worry about you trying to plant a vineyard and you ain't gonna be able to get eat the grapes of it, man. So you ain't gonna be able to have your own garden and be growing your own food in that day, man. Jacob's trouble, man. You know. Yeah, man. All right, let me get to the part where the scripture say that shall remove us from our houses. Then you're going to have other people around you, not just the government, these troops. All right, UN troops, Gurga troops. All right, but your own so-called friends and people you know, man. So our scripture say they shall spoil each other for the lack of bread. All right, so that you ain't gonna, it's gonna be too much hell going on, man. all hell gonna be breaking loose, man. Too much chaos to be think you just gonna live peacefully in on your little property and have your own little garden. And no, man. Nope, it don't work like that. It ain't that easy. Second Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. All right. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So Esau, these devils, they're going to be like madmen, sparing none, man. Spoiling and destroying, meaning robbing, taking. So you ain't going to have nothing, man. These devils going to take it all. And really, that's them, the Lord on the left-hand side, using Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, to bring judgment, man. This the point, 2 Ezra 16 to 72. For there shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So you ain't going to be able to just chill in your house, man. Have your own garden in your yard, backyard or whatever, man. You know, you're going to have to move. Or consent one. Either bend the knee or be on the move and trust in Yahweh Shema Shah fully. So you talking about you going to grow your own food. That ain't going to happen, man. You have to trust in what's written, like Elder Yatazak said, man. The Lord has promised us that his servants will eat. Let's get another one. What's that? Psalms 94. I know famish is in there. Proverbs 10, okay. Proverbs 10 and 3. The Lord Yahweh will not, Salakia, the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish. Famish meaning hunger, famine. But he casteth away the substance of the wicked. All right. So the elect is going to eat, man. This goes along with Isaiah 65 and 13. The Lord is not going to allow his elect to starve, man. You know, and starvation is probably the worst way you can go, because it's a slow, torturous death, man. The scriptures say those that be slain with the sword are better than they that die of hunger, roughly paraphrasing, man. You can read that in Lamentations. So hunger, dying of starvation is one of the worst ways to go. That's why the elect is not going to get that kind of judgment, man. The Lord is not going to let his elect to starve, man. So we have to believe in what's written and trust in what's written, like the elders are saying, man. All right, the scriptures say the bread of the righteous shall not fail. Let's get that one. I know that's the one I was thinking about in Psalms. Bread fail. I think it's Psalms 94. Let me see if it's Psalms 94. Psalms 94. Bear with me for a second, Salakia. I thought of Salakia, bear with me for a second. It's one in Psalms that I'm thinking of. I know Isaiah 51 and 14. Is it Psalms 2? No, let's see. I got to find this one. It's going to be stuck in my mind until I find it, so I'm just going to go through it. But anyway, the Lord has promised us that his servants are going to eat, man. So we have to believe in what's written. There's no gray areas with Yahweh Shem Shah. Either you believe in the words of the Lord or you don't. Either you trust and have faith in Yahweh Shai or you don't. Point blank, period, man. And the Lord has promised us, and we're gonna trust in that, man. Now, like I said, if you have a few things, stashed away or whatever, it's not wicked, but you can't trust in it to save you. That's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. The Lord has promised us that we're gonna eat, man. That's why we have to do the work and serve to the best of our ability, so we can be found worthy for the Lord to feed us and preserve us in that day, man. I know it's not Psalm 6. I think it might be the Psalm. Because it's 150 Psalms, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I want to find it. Psalms 12. No, it's not 14. No, it's not 15. It might be 23. Not 23. The one, let me see. I'm gonna find it. I know I'm taking a little while, but I want to get this scripture, cause that's the thing with Jake, man. Jake get caught up in eating, man. That's why Yahweh said, life is more than meat and bread. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Life is more than meat, man. You're gonna have to trust in the Lord, and you're gonna have to be. That's why we fast, man. Cause even the elect is gonna have to prove their faith. All right, they may hunger for a few days, or a certain amount of time, because that's all going to be part of our trial to prove our faith, man. We may have to go 2 or 3 or 4 days without eating, man. But the Lord has promised us that we're not going to starve, man. Lord, willing, we be of the elect. I think it's in one of these Psalms 20 something. I know it's not 20. It might be in the same psalm about the green bay tree. I've seen the wicked in great power spreading himself like a green bay tree. It might be in that same psalm. I may just go to another scripture. I wanted to find this one bad, though. I can't find it. I done went through 26. So, like I said, I'm not going to go through all 150. But I wanted to find it. So the point is of this epistle, we got to trust in what's written, man. Have faith in what's written, man. You're not going to be able to deliver yourself, man. We're in captivity. The scripture say we're going to have to go to the want of the enemy for all things. But in that day, we're going to have to stay upon Yahweh Shai. And that's prophecy, man, that the scripture say they shall no longer stay upon him that smote them, but they shall stay upon Yahweh Shai, roughly paraphrasing. All right. And that's what we're going to have to do in that day. We're going to have to trust in the Lord to provide for us. Because when we was in the wilderness in ancient Egypt, 2/3 of our people, you know, they didn't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They mumbled against him, man. And that's what our people gonna do in this time when Esau come with the squeeze. You know, because you gonna have some Jake's gonna try to stand up at first, but as it was in the wilderness, why the scripture say there's no new thing under the sun. As days go by and weeks, Jake gonna be like, man, damn this, man. Man, it's just a chip. That's how Jake gonna start thinking, man. When Jake's stomach get to touching his back, you know, because Esau know that's what's gonna get Jake, man. Starve him out. Because Jake is gotten comfortable here in Babylon, eating all around the clock, man. You know, Jake be in the bed eating, getting up in the wee hours of the night eating, man. So most of our people, they can't go, you know, for even a half a day, 12 hours, 24 hours, you know, without eating, man. But most of our people can't even go, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 hours without eating, man. So this whole thing about eating is going to get a lot of our people, man. Esau is going to use food as a weapon. Let me see. I'm trying to find. Yep. Psalms 37 and 25 is what I want. Psalms 37 and 25. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. So the Lord, the elect is going to eat, man. They're not going to be bending the knee just to eat for food, man. You know, the Lord has never suffered the righteous to famish, man. The Lord has always took care of his servants, man. The one that truly love and have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They've always been taken care of, man. You know. So it's beautiful. This is a promise from the Lord, man. So this is what's coming, man. We have to trust in what's written, man. So growing your own food, having your own farm, farming and all that, that's not going to save you, man. The scriptures say righteousness delivereth from death. So you can't deliver yourself by your own means, man. By your own hand. It's not going to happen. So I just wanted to go into that real quick, man. We got to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, that's what we're going to have to do in Jacob's trouble, man. That's the only way you're going to be able to operate and survive outside of this man's system is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But see, Jake don't understand that. Jake think they going to do, you know, it's going to be Jacob's trouble, but I'm going to still have my own house, my garden, my food. I'm going to be good. Esau is going to roll, man. Esau is going to roll. So trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's the point, man. I pray that this has been edifying to the elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach them with will and all truth and sincerity. Shalom, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. The house of David, starting with the 144,000, followed by the 1/3 remnant. Abba, Shalom.